Hi, I wanted to do a small video and I wanted to talk about how we are so hard on ourselves and negative self-talk and negative um, almost like abusing ourselves by what we say to ourselves and what we think about ourselves. And this is something that is it's really come up for me in the last few months. Um, it really has been like shown to me uh, my own inner dialogue, my own inner conversation that I have, and it's not pretty. If I spoke to someone else like I speak to myself, I'd be told to get lost, and I would have lost all of my family and friends by the end of it because of the way I talk to myself. That dialogue of self-criticism and always telling myself that something's going to fail or something isn't good enough or something is not up to the standard of everybody else's. And we all know, if you know a little bit of my history, I am a survivor of satanic ritual abuse and monarch programming, and I experienced that as a child, a young child, right up to probably being about 22 years old. And after that, I've been managed and handled by various people that have been trained themselves to manage me and handle me in, I suppose, prompts and the ways that they could control me or box me in or contain me to a certain extent. So this last year, since like early 2024, February 2020, no, January 2024, no, well, end of January, let's say end of January 2024. So it's been a year now. I really have been on this deep dive um, and really seeing where I really berate myself. And there is a Virgo trait there. I'm a Virgo. And there is a Virgo trait there of perfectionism. So I know that that's running anyway. But with the trauma background and the feeling of inadequacy and low self-esteem and low confidence, which all comes as part of the trauma and the post-traumatic stress disorder, which PTSD, which definitely I have. Uh, and, that then manifests as a self-protection mechanism as such, because you, in a way, you don't want to succeed, you don't want to put yourself out there, you don't want to be seen not in a bigger stage. And it's interesting looking at my own journey, and I'm hoping by me talking about what I'm experiencing, it might assist you or give you a light bulb in some way. That's what I intend by saying this. Um, that evidently part of me, my soul, is saying to me, get out, be seen, stand up, get on your soapbox, talk. Uh, Talk to people about ascension, talk to people about new earth, talk to them about how we create new earth ourselves by standing up into our power and then creating whatever we create in while we're here in this incarnation. That's new earth. That's how we're creating new earth right now. And it's that inner battle of the traumatized little girl saying, no, 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 I want to hide. I don't want to be seen. I'll play at a certain level, but no more. So it's that inner dialogue of me having to sort of be kind to myself and say, it's okay. I understand why you feel that way, but it's not real. It's not who you really are. And I'm getting, I think, more self-love and self-compassion for the little girl and what she's been through and what Lynn's been through in her life right now at 59 years old, coming into my 60s in September. My God, the big 6-0. And my life certainly looks different to what I would expect it to look coming up to 60 years old. But I have to trust the wisdom of my I am presence and my true soul, and what my soul knows I'm capable of, and what my soul knows is right for me. That's a hard one. That is at times when you have to let go of self-constructed like prisons and cages that you put yourself in to make yourself feel safe. Wow. So I'm just also saying, like, self-love means being able to observe yourself from almost a third person, you know, another person looking at you, or second person looking at you, and or third person, soul, you, and the person observing, looking at your behavior, looking at your thought patterns, looking at the repetition of cycles that you're in that always bring the same reality back over and over again. And especially when you are so fed up of a reality coming back time and time again that you don't want, then you do actually, don't you, start to find the courage to change the cycle, to change the behavior, change the thought patterns that created that same outcome over and over again. It's like falling for the wrong guy or falling for the wrong girl over and over again. And you keep having the same experience because you're looking and projecting an energy that attracts that person in. And that person, of course, is teaching you a lesson, is showing you where you are disempowered, where you are accepting maybe behavior, or you're accepting, you know, a lot less out of a relationship than you should do. And then you get to a certain point, maybe, and you think, why does this keep happening to me? And then you change. You suddenly think, well, I'm not getting into a new relationship again for a long time. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to look at where I feel bad about myself, that I attract that type of person that abuses me or doesn't treat me right or cheats on me or whatever it is. And then you do the inner work. And then the next time you attract someone who is more embodied themselves in self-love and is a good soul and doesn't cheat or doesn't treat you bad, who doesn't abuse you. Do you know what I'm saying? So, uh, you know, you change yourself, and of course your reality then reflects the changes you've put in yourself. So that for me, the last 12 months is about self-love. How am I selling myself out? How am I abusing myself? How am I diminishing my importance, not only in my own life and in what I do every day of my life, but also in the world and how I project out to the world and how I show myself to the world. And that very much, I think, is uh, something that, you know, when we are empaths and starseeds and light workers, we choose a very challenging path and we sign up to experience that, but also to heal and transmute it, not only for ourselves, but for our ancestral line. And we heal and transmute the DNA and the trauma and the fear that's sitting in the DNA of all of our ancestral families going way back, you know, paternal and maternal. And sometimes some of this stuff that we're handling right now is ancestral. It's a repeating pattern in your family line, and you've taken it on. So it's not only your stuff, evidently, but there's a lot of ancestral energy contained within it. And that, I think, helps me to be kind to myself and to think, well, I'm healing and transmuting an ancestral line here full of fear, and it's gonna make a difference. And you know, I'm still working on my ancestral line. I mean, I worked on my maternal ancestral line today, and uh, there was a curse sitting on my mother's ancestral line, and it came up when I was doing the inner work. And you know, I'm blessed to be able to do that and to clear that and to know what to do to clear it. I mean, that's part of my work in this crystal star ascension and what I teach other healers to do, and in my own personal, you know, sessions that I offer. It's like picking that curse up and realizing it's not all of what's fueling it, of course not, but there is an indication there. And I was able to clear that up and lift it out, and I felt it lift out. Because when you're carrying heavy ancestral contracts and cycles and patterns and curses and black magic and fear and trauma, it's like you're carrying an overcoat, a heavy coat, and it's like it's weighing you down. It's too heavy for you. It's too big for you. It it literally is, you know, you're trying to walk with a spring in your step, yeah, and you are like dragging your feet literally because the coat is so heavy. You want to take it off because it's slowing you down. It's weighing you down. It's making you tired. It's exhausting you. It's dragging you down, pulling you down. Yeah. But you can't take it off. It's it's in your genes and it's in your DNA and in your emotional body. It's in your mental body. It's in your physical body through what you inherited in the DNA, and you know it's everywhere. And yeah, it can be really heavy. And I did lift something this morning, which I'm hoping will help me to overcome some of the patterns that I'm trying to overcome right now. We all are. We're all not perfect. We're perfectly imperfect. There is no social media influencer. There is no spiritual teacher. There is no way shower. There is no one with even with a big name with hundreds of thousands of followers who are not doing the inner work right now. And they may show a perfect life, or that they are meditating on a mountain every day, or that they are, you know, all of this stuff that they're doing doesn't mean they're not suffering with self-doubt or self-criticism, or they're not doing and healing their own ancestral lines. Who knows what they're doing? We don't know. This is a proof in the pudding. If it is doing your shadow work, we have to do shadow work. We cannot wallpaper or paste over the cracks. It doesn't work on the walls, does it? You're just covering up the trauma. You're covering up the wound, and the wound will come back and bite you on the bum when it's ready to, if you wallpaper and paste over it. And I think where we are now at 2025, you know, we were supposed to go fully into the golden age in 2032. So that's 7 years. 2032 is in 7 years. And we're on track for that. I think even before that, to be honest. So, you know, we are, you know, there is more like frequencies now coming through that are showing us our inauthentic selves. It's all about authenticity and truth and alignment and heart-led, heart compass. It's all soul-led. It's the equivalent of divine intelligence. We are using our own divine intelligence. We are navigating from our soul compass, not from our fear body or our mental body or our emotional body that is telling us lots of porcupines and lies about who we are, and that we have to conform, or that we have to be quiet, or we have to hide, or that we have to go along with society, and that we have to conform. because we're not supposed to conform, are we? We are not supposed to conform. We are supposed to be different. And it's hard being different. It's hard not fitting in with the family you were born into, not fitting into the friends maybe that you've had for 30, 40 years. If you're lucky, those friends will grow and expand with you. And that's amazing if they wake up too and they grow and expand with you. But if they don't, then there's going to be a mismatch in vibration. And then suddenly you've nothing in common. You have nothing. And in fact, they can like turn on you or suddenly start to pity you because they think you're disillusional or mad or crazy. I've had enough of that, I tell you. So in a way, it can be a lonely journey. This can be a lonely journey because you have to constantly keep letting people go that no longer resonate with your frequency and vibration and your consciousness. And of course, we're kind and we work with other people that are maybe not working with the consciousness we are right now. They're catching up. They're behind us, but they're catching up. They're just walking a little bit behind us. That's all. That's fine. But, just be aware that you are the sum of the people that you spend time with every day. So be aware of that. And where can you gain valuable me time to be able to embody who you truly are? As I say, that's something I am learning right now to a deeper level of embodiment, a deeper level of soul, wanting to speak, wanting to emanate the wisdom and the light that my soul holds, and not wanting to apologize for it, and wanting to lead and be an inspiration for others. And that is something I've always wanted to be. And it's just like morphing it into something different or new now, and letting go of, again, these subconscious and these invisible barriers that we put up that prevents us from being who we truly are. New Earth is us. New Earth is us in embodiment of who we truly are. That's New Earth. That's how we create New Earth, by us being in embodiment and then being the shining star and soul we truly are. And that then, creates New Earth, because we've new ideas, we have new ways of doing things. We don't conform. We bring divine law into being here and we emanate it. We transform and heal spaces and places. We create new Earth communities. We bring to the table new solutions for healing that have never been seen before. All of this is part of our legacy that we leave behind for others when we pass on and go and ascend. Or wherever we go, if we don't manage ascension this lifetime, it's okay. We'll do it next lifetime. It doesn't matter. It's whatever we make the most of in this lifetime, in this incarnation, because we chose to be here at this so important time. So when we see things being portrayed out like the wars on the television and all of the other stuff that's going on, we know that, yes, that is a reality they're trying to place upon us, but it's not our reality. We know it's not real. It's being faked. It's being created from an agenda of control and fear. And we know New Earth is not about that, but we are the New Earth pioneers. We are the New Earthers in being in full embodiment of who we truly are. And then we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. And God, have they tried to stop us, as we know. So I hope that has just inspired you a little bit, or just given you a little bit of, come on, you can do this. We're having a real hard time right now with the mental and emotional bodies. And, you know, what I'm going through, I know is always a reflection of what's going on in the consciousness and the star seeds that resonate with my vibration and frequency. And we are working on the mental body and emotional body. We're clearing out and we're going down the roots of our ancestors to root out the trauma. And by doing that, we clear the timelines. Remember, this is a timeline war. They want control of our timelines. They want to keep us on the Armageddon timeline. We're not on it. We're on New Earth timeline. You choose in, when you heal and transmute your mental and emotional bodies, every time you do another chunk, you're changing your reality. And in fact, you're making space for further and deeper embodiment, which then brings a new reality and changes your timeline. I must have jumped timelines 4 or 5 times since 2023 in the fact of massive that was pulling me back. So, you know, every time you'll see, you change reality just by making a different decision every day. You choose a different timeline by you making a decision that actually expands you and liberates you and gives you deeper soul freedom. So I hope that is, as I say, something that is resonating with you. You're not alone, and you are not doing anything wrong. You are not a failure. You are not good enough. You are not like not with the crowd as such, right? Who wants to be with the crowd anyway? And call in your soul tribe. Call in, ask, come into your heart space, go into your main heart space like a chamber. Imagine a crystalline lotus flower, sit in it for a while, do some breathing, deep breathing, because we're going into 0 point. Then imagine you're going into your inner sanctum. You're going into your higher heart. You're going into the seed, atom, and pearl, right? Which is where your monadic energy and your divine presence lies within your heart space. This is what they targeted from 2020. And you know what I'm talking about. They targeted the heart seed, the God spark, and the pearl energy, and the seed atom, we call it. They targeted that, and they wanted to make sure that humanity was disconnected from it. Because when you're connected and embodying from higher heart, you're listening to your soul. You're waking up. Your 12 chakra system starts to come online. Your third eye starts to clear. And you start to see through the illusion and the programming and the black magic and the spelling and everything else that they are doing to control us. So that's why they targeted that, the God spark. So the more you concentrate on that area where your divine presence lies, the stronger bridge and connection you make, the antakarana, the bridge back to source. And your soul is source. You're a creator in your higher energy. So, you know, stepping through your monadic body, stepping through your monadic Buddhic mind, going on avatar self, going to Rishi self and Yana self, which is God's self, human. And that is a very, you know, that is your God self. And you're building a bridge. See it as a bridge. I love the bridge analogy, even with the work I do with the quantum bridge. We're building a bridge back to the God worlds. That's the quantum bridge. The quantum bridge is building a bridge back to the God worlds. So we're creating scaffolding and consciousness and light technology through the plasma energy of the cosmic divine mother and divine feminine, yeah? And we're building a bridge back to source. And we're building a bridge and platform for the higher crystal star councils of light, which are the guardian hosts of this earth, and they are the creators of this earth. We're building back like a bridge back to them, because we've been cut off. As we know, we were quarantined because we dropped in vibration. So that bridge is being built back to source, if you get it. Yeah. So you're building in your heart a bridge back to your I am presence, your God self and beyond, so that monadic embodiment can take place. So your divine presence can step into your heart and lead you properly, so you can hear the voice of your I am presence. Not easy, because the emotional body and the mental bodies are really noisy, and they like to drown out the sound of your soul. So that's why it's meditation, contemplation, walking, listening to good music that uplifts you and expands you and makes you want to dance and sing and be happy. That is, joy is the nearest thing to bliss and the bliss of the I am presence. So everything that expands your heart and makes you happy brings you closer to God, to source, to Mother, Father, God and source, and your own I am presence. So practicing going into your heart, sitting there, doing some breathing, listening to some good 432 angelic music, something like that, and really just sitting there, putting an incense stick on, lighting a candle, using a few essential oils, using one of my light body elixir sprays, and sitting there and breathing and relaxing, and then maybe having a list of questions, maybe one, maybe 3 questions, and asking, I'm going to sneeze, bless me. Then maybe asking a question that you want to know the answer to, and you take the first answer. You don't let the brain start kicking in after that. The first thing you hear is the right thing. And the more you practice this, the better you get at it. The better you get at it. So I just wanted to talk about that. And if you have suffered from abuse and you've had trauma in your lifetime, and of course, remember, we're mopping up all of the trauma and abuse that our ancestors have received before this, and especially for the divine feminine star seeds, we're picking really heavy matriarchal abusive lines that are powerful code holders. Our mothers are powerful code holders that have been hijacked and have been, sort of like overshadowed. And that's why we need to help them too. And if you're mothers in spirit, you can do the work. My mother's in spirit, she died in 2011, and I have done more with her recently than I've ever done before. In the last year, I have really worked with my mother's ancestral line, which is helping me so much. In fact, I've taken her maiden name of Flowers. I didn't want to take my dad's name, and who can blame me in the circumstances of my father was very much linked to the abuse, the satanic ritual abuse, and how he sold himself out on the Elizabethan timeline. I'm going to have to write a book about this, I tell you. He sold himself out on the Elizabethan timeline with some very hard hitters on the black magic end. And that then set up a series of events and consequences, which resulted in my incarnation into that timeline, into that family, and then being almost a sacrificial lamb as soon as I came in. So he'd already sold his bloodline of his female. He basically, I'll just say quickly, right? He sold out all of his future descendants that were female. So all of his daughters and granddaughters, great-granddaughters, for the secrets of eternal life and black magic. So he then agreed that soul contract. And then literally I'd no chance, because what I came into a family that had already contracted to have the female descendants be you know, like used as for satanic ritual abuse. So evidently, you know, in a way, I came into that family as an atomic bomb, I suppose, to actually hopefully get to this point to be able to clear that, which I did. And I did that last year. And that did a lot for my mother, actually, because my mother was linked to that timeline too. And actually, it helped her enormously when I cleared that up. Because you can break contracts on behalf of your ancestors. You've got the power. Remember that. I'm going on a bit there, but I just wanted to come on and do a little chat. So I hope that you are coping with this cold January weather if you are in the UK or Europe. Well, you might be warmer in certain parts of Europe. And I'm sending you all my love. Keep going. You can do this. Do not give up. You can do this. We can do this. We can heal and transmute this. We can get through this, right? And we have so much to look forward to. We're winning. We're in a silent war. You know, like Mark Atwood says, we're in this spiritual war, and we are. And we are winning. Don't think we are not. We are winning. And all they're doing is throwing their toys out the pram with the LA fires and da-da-da-da-da. I've got another video on that. They are throwing their toys out the pram, but we are winning. We will win. We have already won. All right. So let that spur you on to keep going. And I'm sending you all my love. And if you like this video, could you subscribe, please? I'm trying to build my numbers up on this channel now. And thank you for listening. And